Well, here's a look at the thermostat. Give you a look inside there so you can see it. It's really clean. I mean, there's no grease or anything. They say clean it off, but I can't find any dirt or anything on it. So I just wiped it down with a clean rag, especially on the outside there. And same thing, with this piece here. Just make sure this is all clean. Doesn't have any dirt on it or any kind of grit to interfere with the sealing. And also, here's a look at the idler pulley. This is the bearing here. On the outside. And here's the bolt. Washer outside. Bolt through. And that's it. These are 14 millimeter, by the way. Same thing for the tensioner pulley. And on the tensioner, in order to move that, you're going to have to get just a wrench on there, like a box end wrench. I couldn't get a socket to fit 3/8 or 1/2 inch. There just isn't enough room. So that's all for now. Well, I got some bad news for you guys. This has really turned out to be a hard job just because of this stupid little screw or nut back here. One of the nuts that holds on this tube here for the thermostat. You see I have the light on there, and if you could see a little bit of blue back there. I finally got it on. But I had to do a tricky way to do this. I'll show you how I did it, but what a pain in the ass. Nobody could get their hand back in there. Look at that. Nobody, even the Japanese don't have hands that small. So here's what I did. I just took my magnetic tool here from Harbor Freight, collapsed it, put a 10 millimeter, this is 10 millimeter, put that on the end of here, see, like that. So I got the magnet thing going, and I put a nut inside of there already, because if the nut goes in too far, you can't get it around the threads. So I had 2 of those in there, and it still wanted to pop out. I don't know. The magnet was pulling it around this way, so it would flip. It would still stick, but it would want to come out and kind of hang on the side. But finally I got to stay in there pretty much, and got it back there. So there's 2 major problems. One is you can't see anything. There's no light. You can see it's just dark back in there. This is out in the daytime with the sun. And I got to get a light back in there just to be able to see it. So while you're trying to work with 2 hands, you know, you got to mount the light somewhere to try to give you good enough vision where you can see it. But it is just a major pain in the ass. So you need to get something. I don't think I have a magnetic insert for my sockets, but that's what you really need. Like, you know, get a 1/4 inch type thing with a magnetic insert, 10 millimeter. I was going to use this. I have something like this, but with a longer one. Same problem though, how to get it magnetized. And I couldn't take off and you know, go get this stuff because I'm by myself, can't close the garage or anything. Luckily I had plenty of nuts here. That's another point, make sure you have plenty of nuts, because I lost probably 6 of these things. This is what they are, M6. But you want to get a nut with a flange on it that's attached to it. I ended up just getting a separate washer, and I put a little bit of seal on there too, the blue stuff. What is that? Thread locker. Loctite thread locker, the blue. Just to make sure it doesn't come off. I think it's a good idea. These aren't lock nuts. So, gosh, this has been about 2 hours trying to get this back thing, this stupid nut on there. But it's on, so now I can proceed. And then these nuts here are 12. And that thing's complete now. These are all tight. It's tight. Just to show you, this thing here just pops right out, slides out, sits on a bracket there, so it's easy to take in and out to clean it. Just disconnect it, take this out. Okay, that's good for now, and I'll finish it up, the hoses, and fill it up and see what happens. Well, that's about it. It's all full of coolant. Drained it twice, put in distilled water. Had no leaks. Thermostat's working good. Everything's fine. And I just put in the coolant just now. I'll put this cover back on to show you, just in case you're not sure how it goes. Lift up on this tab here, slide that under, sits in there, and then the pins go in the spots to hold it down. That's pretty much it. And then the engine cover, it's got these 3 points here, 2 in the front, goes into little balls, and then just pops right in. Snaps into place. So now the only thing that I would change is I would not take off that motor mount. I think that was a waste of time. I don't see any advantage to taking that off with a bracket. It says to do it in the book, but it really didn't help. I don't know if you took off the whole back bracket below that, the one that the top piece mounts to, it might give you a little bit extra room, but I still don't think you can get your hand in there. Really what you need is just some socket inserts. It's a 10mm socket for that thermostat. Get a magnetic socket insert and then just put an extension on there, you know, take it off the ratchet, have an extension on there the right size, and just to make sure, you know, you got that insert, magnetic insert in there so that the nut doesn't fall out. And you can just thread it on with the extension. So, that's a wrap.